Welcome, fans and foes alike. Here I am with Jackie and Breanna. My name is Bruce James. I'm the Administrative Director here at the Connellsville Area Career and Technical Center. And to my left, Mr. Eric DeChano, our Guidance Counselor. To my right, Ms. Shauna Little, our Workforce Development Coordinator. These lovely ladies have graciously accepted our challenge to come here and visit the Career and Technical Center. One of the things that I had talked to them about was giving us some good PR, going around to some of the programs and taking some action shots, which they're in the process of doing. But I'm going to let them go into some further explanation about the two challenges that they're going to accept as part of the overall program.
Hi, I'm Breanne.
And I'm Jackie.
And this is Challenge Accepted.
Today we are here at the Connellsville Area Career and Technical Center, which is a mouthful, but a fabulous place to go. It is exciting. They have 13 different shops that you can attend.
13 different shops.
I think.
So neat.
I know. I think they're going to challenge us in 2 of the shops.
2 of the shops.
Yeah.
Which 2 do you want to go to?
I don't know.
kind of hope, so do you remember the ribs from Touch a Truck?
Those are good.
Like, I would love to maybe be in the kitchen,
Yeah.
or cosmetology,
Cooking
or
it up.
like learn about cars.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
maybe like wood or something. Like
That would
I
be
think
so
I've seen
cool.
some like cool wood
So
stuff.
2 different shops.
2 different things. They're going to challenge us in it. What do you say? What do you say we go and get challenged?
Let's do it.
All right. We just entered the carpentry room.
Yes,
this is fabulous. They have all kinds of stuff here, like little doll, not little doll houses, like big doll houses.
Like I want a thing to blow it up and make it my home. Like all of them are so
That would
beautiful.
be fabulous.
Wouldn't that be
I
so
would
great?
live in the doll house.
Yes.
Like I would just live there for
100%.
sure.
But I digress. We are here working with Cole, and we're actually going to use this cool thing.
A program on the computer to shoot it over to this other thing in the carpentry room.
So
What's it called?
What are the real words?
Basically, this is called the food cart program, and over there it's called the CNC router machine.
Okay.
Which you need to transfer the program from here to there.
From here to there. So we took the Challenge Accepted logo because it's really
Well,
cool.
why not?
Yeah, and so through the computer, it tells the machine what to print, and the machine engraves it into wood.
Yep.
How did you get our image on there? Like, did you use your mind?
First of all, he emailed it to me. And
Okay.
I
Rick
got
emailed
the,
it. Okay.
Okay.
And I got the picture on here, and I transferred it, and I got the vectors. I had to delete the actual picture in order to separate this. from
Okay.
Okay. So you
And
got
I-
like the outlines, and then does it tell you which parts to engrave and which parts to leave raised?
I'm gonna get to that part right now.
Okay.
Ooh.
There you go.
So I'm going to the toolpath here.
Mhm.
Graffiti carve, and I need to calculate it, which you made. Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh, look at that.
there's the wood. Look at it go.
There you go.
That is so cool.
It's gonna be good.
Whoa.
Look how nice that
That
looks.
is beautiful.
And now I can actually save it to the USB,
Okay.
and it'll be the challenge accepted.
Ooh,
Challenge
cool. So you had to measure your wood, right?
Yep.
And then put in the dimensions into the program,
Yep.
and then upload the picture onto the wood
Yep.
for it to know how to engrave it.
Very much, yeah.
Do we get to do it? Do we get to engrave it?
I like to watch it do the
right.
stuff. Do you know what I like about this? I remember in shop class in high school, like measuring and trying to do cuts and
Yes.
trying, like I had to make this box car. It was not pretty.
I made this pencil holder with a tablet. Like it had a tablet on it. And you had to like drill the holes.
But this is like
This is
legit.
good.
This is beautiful.
Yeah, like I could use that in
That
like
is like a
in
nice
my
pack.
my home decor.
Yeah.
Like it'd be good.
Very
They do
cool.
all kinds of stuff. They were telling us that they made benches for the park,
Yeah. Adirondack chairs.
Adirondack chairs. Next year they're working on like doll
playhouses.
Yeah, playhouses.
that they're gonna auction off.
that's
so
gonna be good.
cool. They're absolutely gorgeous. So is it ready? Can we go over?
All right, we're gonna go over and cut some wood with a cutter. All right, just like this.
Yep.
And then what?
And I'll be clamping it in.
Okay.
So it stays still.
Okay.
Ooh.
And it doesn't matter if it's the whole way to the left or whole way to the right. It just needs to be clamped in there
Pretty
to the
much,
top.
Very
Okay.
neat.
Okay. And now,
Just need to clamp it in more so it stays still.
oh, okay.
Very still.
And now we're gonna put it on the computer.
Which I already did right
Oh,
here.
he put the USB into the computer. Oh, look at it go. Look at it go. Oh, what are you doing?
I get it to the very corner here.
Oh,
Bottom left.
how do you know to put the router right there?
That's where actually I tried
That's,
that.
okay, that's where you need to start with. You always go to the bottom left.
So that it lines up because they measured everything so it like is centered.
This is awesome. Oh, look at him go.
You like got that perfect.
Yeah.
Like it is right on the corner, like right there.
So note to self, don't put your fingers in there.
So, you
That's
ready?
bad.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you have safety glasses.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Look at you.
Outside.
Do I need a safety glass? Should I just cover my eyes like this?
You can watch it.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Guys, I got everything figured out.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cycle.
Start it. Cycle.
Cycle start.
Start. Woo! Back up, back up. Oh my God. Smells like wood. Oh! Look how nice that is. All right, here we are with Nick. He is an 11th grader, soon to be a 12th grader. Not too long. 'cause
Just a
school's
summer
gonna-
away.
Right. All right. Tell us about what we're standing on.
This is going to be a playhouse. They're 6 foot by 8 foot.
Very cool.
They're going to be, the walls themselves are going to be 4 foot tall, and then to the ridge line of the roof is going to be about 8. I'm standing on, this is the porch here.
Okay.
And then in here is going to be the living space.
Very cool.
And then these are the floor plans, and over there we're going to have the adult door, or adult size door, because the
wow.
doors for the kids are only going to be about 40 inches tall.
Makes sense because they're kids.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we're also going to run in each building, so we have 2 more behind us.
Okay.
We're each also going to run electrical, 1 light on the porch, 1 light inside, and then
electrical?
and then 1 receptacle inside.
What? You can plug stuff in?
Yep.
Holy cow!
Yep.
So what is the outside? Like this is the floor plan. Do you have a design of like the front? I knew you would. Look at you.
Here is the front view.
Oh my goodness.
You can see here's
With the
porch.
windows.
Look how cute this
And that's
is.
the front door, right?
Yep. No, that's the inside. That's to get into the porch. The door would be back here.
Okay. Okay.
And then This is a side view with the porch.
Yeah.
And the sides will be vinyl.
Yep, vinyl siding.
And what kind of roofing?
Just a shingles,
Shingle roof. Very
shingled
cool.
roof. And then what's this one? This one's the back of the building with 2 windows. And then,
This is so nice.
yep, and then this one's the side with the adult door. And it has, we're going to do wooden shingles on it.
Oh, that's so
That'll
cute.
be so pretty. And how are you going to finish the shingles? Staining them? What are you doing?
We'll cross that bridge. We're not sure. Whatever. We don't know what color siding we're doing yet.
Okay.
So
But you're
whatever
putting like
matches.
actual siding on?
actual
Like real
siding.
house siding that you put on my house?
Yep. Exact same stuff.
That's so
So
cool.
It's all built the same way, just
Yeah,
on a smaller scale.
Wow.
So is this like your senior project?
Yep, this will be, and then we're also going to have an open house and auction these off.
Wow. I mean, I do have a little girl. Like,
I have little boys.
Hey,
I
well,
love
they
this
were playing a
house.
playhouse.
Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, we have a Facebook page,
Okay.
CATC Carpentry.
CATC
So we're gonna-
Carpentry.
Yep, so we're going to keep updated on that. We'll have pictures of these as they go.
Awesome.
And then probably about this time next year, they'll be done.
Wow. Now, will you work on this like every day next year? Is this like
Oh,
your?
well, every day except whenever we're in the classroom learning
Okay.
what to do. And
Oh,
then,
okay.
And then instead of just learning it, we come out and do it.
Okay, so what all do you learn in the classroom?
We learn like the math behind it, like how to run your different studs.
So you don't just draw lines.
No.
It's all like measured and planned out perfectly.
Yeah, this is all, there's measurements on everything
Oh,
here.
okay.
And then this is drawn to 1.5 to 1 foot scale.
Oh, okay.
So we can we have architect scales and we can
Yeah,
measure
yeah.
it and it'll translate it into
Wow.
feet inches.
This is impressive. Good job. I can't wait to see like the finishing
Oh,
project of
yeah.
this.
Yeah, you'll have to stop up
Yes,
there. We have
for
those
sure.
spots.
For sure. Thank you.
Thanks, Nick.
So we walk down the hall. We are in automotive technology. Yes. We
Automotive.
don't call it anything other than automotive technology. That is what you prefer. And we are here with Mr. Payne, and he's going to give us a little rundown. Look, he even challenged us. He has like all these questions that he wants to ask us and things he wants us to do. So why don't you go ahead and can you talk a little bit about this to us?
Sure. So when I started working with young people, I realized that they have real issues. There's a big disconnect between driving a car and being able to like just check the simple maintenance things on the vehicles.
They also just have issues. Let's just stop there. Young people, we do have some issues.
This is sometimes true. So anyway, I like to start with my students, just as I do when I talk to adults that are not so car savvy. And I start
Car
with,
savvy.
hey, do you know your car has a manual? Like a lot of times, I would like work on cars when I worked for Ford, and I would get in the glove box to get out paperwork or whatever, and it's still wrapped in a cellophane. And I started questioning, okay, well, does this person know that this car has like rear defrosters or something? You know? So one of the things I like to touch on is what is actually in that book, and pretty much it covers everything on the vehicle. How to check your different fluids, what the specifications are for your tire inflation, where your spare tire is in the vehicle, if it's supposed to have a spare tire, and all the good, helpful, like knowledge type things that you should know.
Yeah. Right.
All right. So, just off the top of your head, you know of anything else that could possibly be in your owner's manual?
It tells you what all of the indicator lights mean.
Okay, that's great.
Troubleshooting.
Troubleshooting. Well, not so much troubleshooting.
It tells you how to work the radio.
That's a different book.
Oh.
Tells you how to work the radio. That's the real important one, especially nowadays. You know, things are so sophisticated. There was actually like way more electronics in the radio
Oh yeah.
in a car than was in our first lunar module. And just that knowledge alone is enough to make you go, wow, no wonder people can't work on their own cars, right?
Right.
So at least, you know, you got a book, you can like program your phone to your car and you can talk to, you know, without interrupting people, you know, driving down the highway, side swiping things. But
Should not do that.
Don't. No side swiping.
don't try this at home, fellas.
Can we talk about this weekly vehicle maintenance?
Sure.
Does that mean every week?
Yes.
Not like once a year, because I'm about once a year.
I think it means like you take a full week out of the year and you just look at everything, right?
Well, there's the whole misconception.
That's my
A lot of
problem.
people in the general public think, hey, I have to have a yearly safety inspection, so what do I care about my brakes until like my stickers do? Or they'll say, hey, I get my oil changed every 3,000 miles. It should be good between those that now and then. But the whole problem is,
Can I tell you something?
yeah,
I think that's me.
it could be.
You're
So.
talking about me on
This
a
is why it's
personal
great we're
level.
having this conversation right now.
It's
I'm
good
learning so many
conversation.
things.
See, we had a saying when I worked in the business, and it was pay me now or pay me later. So
Pay later, you probably pay a whole lot more.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
people who don't check their fluids on a regular basis, you can develop leaks. You can have different things happening within the engine internally that can cause it to burn oil. Brakes.
like reading my life
This is
story.
Western Pennsylvania, and we all know what salt does to our cars in Western Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah, it causes rust.
Rust, and then we have brake lines leaking. There's all kinds of different things that can happen that once you run out of fluid, you have some major issues that's going to cost you a lot of money.
Right.
But if you would catch it before it actually runs out of fluid, you say, hey, why is this happening? And you go get it checked out, and then it might be some just real cheap repair, something inexpensive that's going to save you a lot of money.
So weekly, you should be
this
checking
is
your
super
fluids and your tire pressure, I'm assuming?
Those are the basics. So let's start there.
Okay.
All right, so let's just get with the fluids. All right,
Okay.
so obviously, some people who aren't very car savvy don't understand how to open their hoods. I'm actually
legit had that
famous for this
problem today.
myself. I recently bought a Mini Cooper and I went to go look at it, and I'm talking myself up like, yeah, I'm the car guy, I teach class and everything. And the first thing I did was I opened up the driver's door, I reached inside, and I popped my head underneath there, and all you see is my legs hanging up in the air, and I'm like, where's the hood release? You know, I'm freaking out. So the sales girl, she reaches in the glove box and she goes, pop, brings out the owner's manual, and the release for it is actually on the opposite side of the car.
What?
I found that out the hard way. It's made in Britain, I don't know, I can't explain.
Okay. So
okay.
they drive on
Okay.
that side. That makes sense.
But most American vehicles, most domestics, and a lot of the foreign ones, they like to try to centrally locate that hood release somewhere close to where the driver would sit.
Yes.
So I've opened this one many times. I can usually use a sense of feel.
You know exactly where it
There
is.
it goes.
Now, for those of you who don't know much about vehicles, just within the past decade,
I thought you were
they
hugging
went
me.
to something called a global symboling system.
Okay.
So, like on the hood release, it may say the word hood, but you may just see a picture of a car with the hood open.
Yeah.
This is actually very helpful to those of you who don't know much about vehicles, in that when you're checking your fluids, that's actually something you can refer to. So just opening this up.
Looks
You'll
pretty
see-
clean.
I know. I don't think any of my vehicles look this clean.
This thing, I actually bought it like used. It was ready for the scrap heap, and we just kind of like use it for students. We actually need some newer vehicles that we can use, but that's a whole other show and a whole other thing. But if you look underneath the hood here, you can kind of guess where different things go just based on
That's
what
the
you
battery.
This is oil.
see. Right, and it's because it says engine oil, but
It has a little thing with a drip.
And it matches the indicator light. That's
Correct.
what comes up on your car.
correct. And I don't know if you've ever seen a meme on Facebook or whatever, the old 710 cap.
Yeah.
That goes into the 710 cap. Anyway, I had to point that out.
Obviously.
Just fun. Anyway, so looking under the hood here,
Yes.
we know that automotive engines use oil. So we know you're gonna need to check our oil. We're also gonna have to check our
Windshield washer fluid.
windshield washer
Yes.
fluid.
Look at you.
So, don't say butterfly, it's not the butterfly.
Coolant.
Engine coolant. Yes. All right, so you got 3. Now, this is an automatic transmission.
Okay.
This is where it gets a little trickier. All right. So you have to dig around a little bit, know where the transmission's kind of located under here. But if you like started digging around, where would you possibly look to find out where under the hood you would check your fluid?
Check your fluid.
What fluid?
That's not the oil, right? I
No,
thought-
your transmission.
That one.
Okay, so you found it under there, right?
I
You
think.
pointing down, or you pointing to that?
That thing.
That thing there is actually something else.
Oh.
So
It's
to
a
find
flux
this
capacitor.
information out, where would you?
In the owner's manual.
There you go.
Oh, you don't just root around in there and turn
A lot of
everything?
people do that.
Pull
They'll
stuff
spend
out.
hours under there. Spark plugs flying.
You don't just like pull
Filters
out wires and
No,
guess and check.
That would be a very ill-advised thing to do.
That's the steering fluid.
So anyway,
Just wanted everyone
if
to
you
know.
were
Alright.
savvy enough to pull out your book,
Okay.
take a look, you'd find that your transmission fluid dipstick tube is
Oh, I
behind
see
there.
it.
It's yellow.
I see it. It's way
All right.
back there.
So
Yellow.
I never knew there was one of those until recently.
now there's another loaded question for you. There are certain vehicles out there that you cannot check the transmission fluid on.
Oh.
Manual transmissions is the number one. It's been that way forever. You have to actually get a technician to crawl under there. There are some different procedures for doing that. But there are certain automatic transmissions where the manufacturer does not want you to touch the transmissions. So they'll actually put like a little baby dipstick, and you have to hook a scan tool to the vehicle, and there's this whole process for checking it. That's fine. Those of you who are not car gurus, who don't work on your own vehicles, you will basically just do what the manufacturer wants, and you'll take it and you'll get them to service your transmission.
Okay.
But if you're lucky enough to have a transmission dipstick, there's a certain procedure. So now we've actually accomplished one major thing. We've actually located where the fluid's going in this vehicle.
Okay.
So the next thing we need to do is check it. So would somebody like to go grab me a shop rag, please, from up there? All right. While they're handing me a shop rag,
Are they blue or red?
reasons are white.
What? Oh.
I bet it gets really dirty. Like, how long do you think?
That's maybe that's why you use it, so you know if it's dirty or not.
Maybe
I don't know.
Smart.
I catch so well. So we get our shop supplies from different places. This one here is a place that gives us seconds on washcloths. So
Gotcha.
So anyway, yeah, you can actually tell how dirty things are with a white rag. That's really nice, but they do get dirty.
That's why
fast.
painters use it.
That's true. So anyway, engine oil. We know where it goes, how to dump it in, where to dump it in. What we don't know is where to actually check it. Here there's a dipstick that's in front of it, right close to it. If we looked in the book, it actually is going to show us an arrow to that. But we're going to go ahead, we're going to pull out the dipstick. A lot of the bells here. I'm used to talking right through them. All right, so we take our dipstick, we pull her out, we give it a good wipe, because what happens is, while this engine's running, all that oil's churning in there. And it just runs up the dipstick tube. So we always wipe it off first. And if you look, there's markings on this dipstick. There's that little area between the two dots that are crosshatched. That oil has to fall somewhere in between that area to be
So it's really
sufficient.
bad if it's like up here.
If it's way higher than it's supposed to be, somebody has overfilled your engine oil.
Not that I would have ever done that.
People have, you know.
Jackie.
Not too long ago,
Let's
maybe?
just get it on the record. Jackie has never done that. And if
well-
it's too low, that's not good either.
That's actually an easy one to fix, because
Okay.
then all you have to do is pull the drain plug just a little bit and let it'll trickle out, put the drain plug back in.
You don't use like a straw and suck it out?
You can do that. We have a actual device. It's called a suction gun. We can stick down in there and we can suck it out if you really wanted to.
You siphon it.
Which I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna take our dipstick
Okay.
and we're gonna dip it down in there and we're gonna bottom it out.
You take it all
Bottom it
the way
out
the
means
way
through the
in.
whole way in.
Hold out very slowly. Don't twist it. Don't turn
Okay.
it. Don't fling it.
Oh, flinging it. That's.
Pull straight out and take a look at between the crosshatched. Now, like you just said,
It's way too high, isn't it?
it's way too high.
It's way. Who did that?
Well,
Jackie.
there might be Jackie might have been here before they filmed
Jackie.
this.
Yeah, I did. I wanted to
So,
put
but
it too
that's
high.
the line, right? Like it's way high.
It's about a quart overfilled.
A quart.
Now,
Court. Is somebody in trouble?
you guys, you could take a smell, but obviously we don't have smell-o-vision. But you smell the fuel in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This car had a problem with it starting for a long time that my students had to fix.
Ah.
All the unburned fuel ended up in the crankcase.
The
So
crankcase.
it is
Crankcase.
overfilled because it's actually got about an extra quart of
Oh,
gasoline
okay.
in the oil in this particular car.
That's
a
bad,
problem,
right?
isn't it?
That's
That's
bad.
not good.
But if you check your oil weekly, you would
Weekly.
know if
Weekly.
you have some kind of problem with your car that you could have fixed.
Yeah.
So you may have a fuel injector stick it open or something causing
Okay.
this, all right?
Oh.
So we're going to go ahead. Now that we know it's overfilled, we'll have to deal with that later. But if it was underfilled, say for example, your oil level was actually below this line, okay? If it's just off your dipstick about that far, you're about a quart low to bring it up to here. If you're at that line, 1 quart of oil usually brings it up to that line. Okay, I guess I can flip it over and show you. But 1 quart of oil is usually what they do when they make that crosshatched area. It's just some kind of universal
that's good
standard.
to
kind of
know.
universal.
Because I usually put way more than that in there.
If you don't know, it's usually better to add like a half a quart.
Okay.
Check it, add another half a quart.
You guess and check.
it.
You do a little bit, and you
Yes.
check it, and a little bit more.
Exactly. And since we're talking about that, we'll segue over here to the transmission.
Transmission.
And because when you check your oil, you're checking with the dipstick, but when you check your transmission, you're also checking a dipstick. Okay, so there's a difference between checking your oil and checking your transmission in that most of the time you're checking a transmission, the vehicle is running. When you're checking the oil, your engine is shut off.
Wait, you're like down in there.
That
and
makes
it's
me
running?
nervous.
That's scary.
It's okay if you're safe about what you do. Like for example,
Don't just go blah, blah, blah.
Don't
your-
just pull wires.
Your jewelry that you're wearing right there would be an absolute no-no if you're like leaning over a hood.
Yeah.
Really, this isn't a good idea.
You're also going to notice that I'm not wearing a necktie. You
No.
know, we're supposed
And
to
that
be
you don't have
teachers and
long
look
hair.
professionals. I used to have long hair and I used to keep it tied up. It's
Ah,
okay.
Okay.
It's okay to have long hair work
Okay.
on cars. Matter of fact, I have a great deal of female students in here. They come in, tie up their hair, take off the jewelry, and they're perfectly safe.
Okay.
That's awesome.
All right.
Okay.
But you do still have to be aware of like rotating parts and
Yes.
things of that
Gotcha.
nature. But we're way over there where it's safe. So we can shift gears and go over
Okay.
here.
Okay.
All right. I'm not going to start the car up for one reason. One is we have a fume issue where we'll probably all asphyxiate because we're inside this closed-in building.
Yeah, that's
And
okay.
the other issue we're going to have is the noise. So we don't want
Okay.
to cancel you out.
Okay.
But this fluid here is probably the only one you're going to check with the vehicle running.
Okay.
And your owner's manual is going to tell you to check it under certain conditions. Certain vehicles require the vehicle be in park. Certain vehicles require it to be in neutral.
If it's in neutral, put on your e-brake.
Absolutely.
E-brake. Okay, I was wondering, I'm thinking, how do you keep it from like rolling over you? But the emergency brake. that
It's
makes
always a
sense.
good idea to like keep an extra big rock around to throw behind your wheels too if
Yes.
you're like really sketchy. Or if your e-brake doesn't work, you can. Well, actually, the parking brakes now, they're not. Well, I guess you can use it for emergency, but they're mainly used for parking. But
Okay.
that's another conversation.
Okay.
Anyway, we're gonna reach down here and grab our dipstick just like we did there. And on this particular vehicle, okay, our transmission fluid is red.
Okay.
We're gonna wipe it off. And there's actually writing on our dipstick that tells you the conditions that need to be met.
Don't add if this crosshatch area. Check when hot.
Check when hot, and then there's more.
Oh my goodness.
Oh.
In park.
Okay. So most dipstick tubes, if they're nice to you, the manufacturer being nice to you, will tell you exactly what conditions need to be met.
Okay.
On
So
the stick, because I know people don't read the.
they won't read their book. Correct.
So basically, you need to read your book.
I'll read my book.
Read your book.
You may just get a piece of cable with a little piece of plastic on the end of it. If you have that, you're going to need to read your book.
Okay.
All right. But anyway, this thing's running. Imagine it's running. Imagine it's warmed up. We're at the operating temperature. Then we would check it like we do oil.
Okay.
Now, like I said before, we do not want to overfill this vehicle.
Right.
If we overfill this vehicle, the only way to take any fluid out is to either pull a transmission line off the Kohler and start it up and let it run out, or to get our suction gun, stick it down the hole and suck it out, which is still a messy process
Yeah.
that nobody wants to go through.
Right.
Wants to be messy.
A little bit at a time.
If you do make that mistake, it's $5 at Napa for a suction gun.
Oh.
They're not very pricey.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah, so you can fix
$5.
it for yourself. So
Okay.
don't panic and go call Joe's Garage and go, Joe, I need your help. Okay, you're fine.
Wow, that was so fabulous.
So
we
much
were
fun.
in carpentry. We learned how to use the CTC
computer stuff.
router thing, and it made this fabulous wooden
Beautiful sign for Rick's
sculpture
office.
piece. Yeah, it'll
for
be
Rick's
great.
Office.
Yeah,
Not for my house.
Well,
For your house.
I asked him if we could take turns. Like he keeps it for a week, I keep it for a week.
Then I get
Then
it.
you get it. Then I get it back. Then he gets it. Then,
Then
you know.
get it back.
Yeah.
and then
Right.
I
yeah.
think that makes sense.
I like it.
And then, do you know what I love?
Tell me.
I'm gonna go home and check all the fluids in my car.
I didn't even know there were that many fluids. Like I only ever check the oil.
I legit
There's more than that.
thought that it was like once a month you check the oil.
Yeah, no, it's weekly. He said
It's
weekly
weekly.
was like capitalized, like
Weekly, every
underlined,
single fluid, the
bold.
tires, all the stuff.
Yeah.
Read the manual. We have homework.
We do.
I think this is the first challenge accepted that we are leaving with homework.
Right. Usually we just challenge and that's it, but we got things to do. Like
stuff to do. This was so much fun.
it was fun. Great. Connellsville Area Career and Technical Center is a fabulous place for students to go to learn a trade, to do anything they want. 13
Different programs.
programs.
So neat. So I'm Breanne.
And I'm Jackie. And this
has
is
been
Challenge Accepted. You said, and this has been.
I know.
What?